Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zara Pisa. Come to help the Muslims leave Islam, see for themselves, and decide. Now, today's topic is very long, but I've put a short one here. Subtopic: Can Muslims be certain of Allah? So, the topic is the only certainty is death. So, Surah Hijr, ayat 99, Quran Ayah understood by me when I was a Shia Muslim. I came to this that the only certainty is death. And then I saw this ayat I've come across recently, which Allama Rashid Turabi also did a majlis on, explaining in his Yaqeen. You can find it on YouTube if you are Urdu speaking and your Urdu is very high to understand it. You can even listen to it if your Urdu is not that high, and you can get what he means. So this and another thing is for the English speaking something different now. So when in year 2000 I was having all these problems, and at times I was like, sorry, Rasulullah, sorry, Bi Fatma Zahra, I'm turning away from this religion, give me a break. I'm taking a break from this religion. I didn't know that to take a break even, you could be killed if you announce it publicly. So, and it's a kind of a sign of hypocrisy, wavering in your religion, having doubts. So, reading the Quran ayahs and then reading on that Shia Islam, topics on that from Shia Islam, you can see it's a sign of hypocrisy and not a sincere Muslim. So, I didn't know that at that time. There were things that came to me I can't tell you in detail, but things that would make me want to leave Islam, just take a break from Islam. So sorry is not acceptable in Islam. That I want to leave, I want to take a break. They'll say you're wavering, you're infidel, you're this, you're that. So then I realized during those days that I was, trying to use my religion in my mind and also do some research online. But what I found out is I told myself that the only certainty is death. Right? And so Surah Hijr, ayat 99, here it is. And the Shia say that through knowledge we can find certainty in God. So this is not the only certainty here. They've put death, Surah Hijr, ayat 99, in ayat 99. Let me see, I'm going to share that on the screen. So the Shia say the only certainty is not death, but there are stages of certainty, which is called yaqeen. Yaqeen, when yaqeen comes to you. This is like more than iman, I think, belief. It's a higher status than iman. Believing in something and then having certainty of something. Right? So like that. Let me just share this. So if I make some mistakes, knowledge and certainty, where is it? Please overlook. Where's multilingual Quran? Oh, here it is. So we have the ayat and the explanation, tafsir of this ayat by the Shias. Ayat 99 says, and serve or even worship your Lord until there comes to you that which is certain. Imam Ali said, there is nothing greater in certainty than death. Although it's not the only thing, death is not the only certainty, but it's there's nothing greater than death in this. So you realize what I found, and maybe you could come to it yourself. Now, how could you say that Allah? Can Muslims be certain of Allah? How can you say that we are certain of Allah because of this, the signs given, the knowledge given to us, and the forms of ibadat given to us, worship given to us, practices, how to serve God, how to worship Him. And we were created for that, jinns and men, human beings, insan, to worship Allah. There's a ayat in the Quran for that, on that. But then there are Christians and there are different religions, and they are also certain, right, of Jesus Christ being the Son of God through the scriptures. For example, Judaism saying that Jesus Christ was not the Messiah. So they are certain of that through their scriptures. He hasn't fulfilled all the scriptural, what you call it, that requirements, right? How could you say that you are certain that this Allah, your Allah, is the true God? And this is the true religion then, and this is the true prophet, right? So this, and then so many things like this, pursuing yaqeen, how to build unshakable faith and trust in God blog, yaqeen digital. What is this? Yaqeeninstitute.org for the Sunnis, I think. Is this for the Sunnis? I haven't read it properly. Sorry, so by Sheikh Muhammad Al-Shinawi. Al-Shinawi. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. So there's this article here. Let me just share it on the screen. And then through the Sunni site and through the Shia site, we have this also. Let me share this on the screen. So you see, it's for example, getting to yaqeen, we will need knowledge of God. We would need knowledge God given, like Abraham also in the Quran ayats, we're told. So existence of God, can I see God? Can I see God, O Imam Ali? Or Imam, if God exists, I would like to see him, right? And then Imam says, take a look at the sun. If I look at the sun, I'll go blind, says the person. So the Imam says, then how can you see God if you can't even see the creation of God? So the person says, you have spoken wisely. In the Holy Quran, say Allah is one. Allah is He upon whom all depend. He begets not, nor is He begotten, Surah Ikhlas ayat, and none is like unto Him. Right? So this Surah Ikhlas ayats 1 to 4, 112th chapter of the Quran, and the tradition of Imam Ali was asked by one of his companions, Dilip al-Yamani, have you seen your Lord? The Imam replied, I would not worship a Lord whom I have not seen. He was then asked, how did you see him? The Imam replied, the eyes cannot see him according to outward vision. It is the hearts that perceive him through the verities of faith. Different ways of faith, I think, or what does verities mean? So I looked at that, like different forms of worship or different ways of faith, right? Now the Imam says that I do not see him through the outward vision, which can study knowledge, the Quran and all this, and understand it through, intellectually understand it. It's the hearts that perceive him. How do you perceive him? Through the verities of faith. Now, but you can't really know God because they say that he's above all this. Even his light, he said in Surah Nur ayat 34 or 35, where is it? So just searched it out. Knowledge and certainty, Shia Islam. And this ayat is in the Ismaili Quran, right? So according to Sunnis also, I think the light is not him. And according to the Shias also, the light is not him, but the light is his guidance. Do you see this in Yaqeen Institute of Islamic Research? That Allah is the Noor. He is the light. He is the guidance. He is everything. You know this light of what is his maqam. So let's go to Yaqeen Institute, find out, blog. It's Allah, if Allah is the light, I think it's like he's metaphorically saying this, they say. Huh? Wait, I'll stop sharing this, I guess. So I don't know what's going to go on here. It's low. Oh, sorry. Oh, let me just, I have to remove this because it's loading and some problem. Okay, I'll have in my, right, this live stream. So, cancel this. So you see, can Muslims be certain of Allah? I just removed the banner. Again, I'm going to ask yourselves. Christians are certain, right? That Jesus Christ was the Messiah and the Son of God and God Himself. So then what do we do about this? Sunnis certain of their school of thought, Shia certain of their school of thought. So I thought about this, and like for example in Duai Mashlul, even, and I could have come this way, but earlier on I didn't. I was giving you contradictions in the Quran ayat to make it easy for myself and you. So now in Duai Mashlul, like we cannot know God, even through know-how, knowledge. We can just look at his signs, what Imam Hussein has said, right? But that's not enough. So even with certainty, like what knowledge would give you certainty, that's the Shia, Sunni also, perhaps. And ibadat, worship. So before going into the belief and getting the ibadat, because then, you become certain when you practice this religion and you worship this God, Allah, through this religion, through the practices of this religion, 5 pillars, right? You have like 5 times prayers, what is it, for the Hajj, Zakat, all that. Am I missing something? What are the 5 pillars, right? Tawheed, there's only one God. So through all these practices, like not taking partners with God because it's unforgivable, sin, all this, you would reach certainty. But you know what I did? I showed you the contradictions in the Quran ayat, and now you must be confused, right? If If you don't accept that, then that's okay. But at least if you will try to, like, if you don't accept these contradictions, like in Surah 33 ayat 6 and between Surah 33 ayat 6 and Surah 58 ayat 2, then something like this, at least, I should have made you confused by now about your religion. A little bit. So I found contradictions and I showed you where I found contradictions. You can discuss that with me here, but still, for me, I'm sure there are contradictions, right? So then, and since there are contradictions, and I showed you the ayat also, that if there are contradictions, much contradictions in the Quran, then it must be from other than Allah. So that I already established. Now, what we're trying to do is burning the branches and all, finishing them also. So taking the hard way now to explain to you this way, that even in, you can't be certain about Allah. But before even being certain, you as a Muslim should be doing your research on this to come to the belief that this is the true religion. And when at first step, if you fail finding contradictions, you can't go to that yaqeen anymore. That's the last, that's, it has stages, but that's the second stage, third stage, and all this. First stage is believing, having belief, iman in this, bringing your iman in this religion, Islam. So I had to leave everything, thank God. Then I found Jiddu Krishnamurti's books in Karachi in one of the bookstores. Tried to buy them and read them, and just left every belief and this and that, about my religion, laws and rules and regulations, and start from scratch, like just, starting from nothing. I have nothing. And what do I get at? Then I went into the, like, trying to find out where this problem comes up of God and existence of evil. Is it somewhere in our brain? For example, before the existence of evil, is it the belief in God? Is it in our brain somewhere that I can find, that I can be sure of? So I took a different way rather than going through this religion. And I tried Descartes. Again, I've known Descartes saying, Maxim, what is it called, right? So I from Karachi American School, elementary times. I think therefore I am. So then I said, like, now, that I am that I've known about now recently, Jewish Judaism, from Judaism and the Bible, God said, I am who I am to Moses. So I said, if he also this, and then I did my own research inside, like put the mind aside. Can we put the mind aside or not pay attention to our thoughts and the mind? What is this here? And I found out that there is something here without the mind. And what do I see? Well, there's just this being, right? And so I had books of being and nothingness by someone, French writer, who was he? Paul Sartre. Anyways, it was very difficult for me to understand at that time also, but I was interested in this kind of philosophy and reading for the truth's sake. So a being is here. And what is this? And then I realized that there is pure existence, like, or pure awareness. But so I don't, Okay, so I left it at this, like I am. Therefore, I think. I didn't realize how important it was until I found Muji on Facebook. You know Muji? Mooji. And then I say, oh my God, this is what he's talking about, witness and just the pure awareness. And he's even says the isness which is here now and which doesn't disappear until you die. Does it disappear? Like your body is material on the material level, so your body dies, but do you really die? Right? And the brain dies, but do you really die? This thing, you can't say that this thing dies because this is not of material realm, right? So we can't, the one who dies can't say this dies, even though we would die. Death is a certainty on the physical realm. But this that we have found here now through Muji, going through Rupert Svara and others, and Dr. Deepak Chopra, and meditation and all this, and finding Shiva on pure consciousness, not the one who raped his wife or something like this, another, or Brahma, not all that, but just the consciousness, pure consciousness. Shiva is Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. And so Imam Ali saying also that, you can't find the essence of God. If you go trying to understand or trying to find the essence of God, you'll go crazy like someone calling you from behind, you would think they're calling you from the front. You'll go that crazy and disorientated. So don't even search for the essence of God. But I was like, I have to find out God. I was still in search, pushing it to the depths of like insanity, taking an adventure, existence of God. Can I see God? I showed you Imam Ali. Um, then Ismaili Quran has this ayat in Surah Hijr, ayat 99 is there. And so showing you the contradiction, Surah Azab ayat 6 and Surah Mujadila ayat 2. Um, your mothers are, even the word you say is wrong, it says. It's hateful. Even the words they say, not you, believers, but they, the disbelievers, when they pronounce a zihar, divorcing their wives. So Surah Mujadila 2 contradicts with the Surah Azab 6, where God has made Ummul Mu'mineen, the wives of Prophet, the believers' mothers. So no matter how you take it, because in Surah Mujadila it says, your mothers are only those who have given you birth. And by calling anyone else your mother, they're doing it. This ayat, kind of, I'm explaining, is trying to say, it's implied that it is hateful. You're lying. Now, Surah 58, ayat 2 of Mujadala is also there. And Surah Azab, ayat 6 of Surah 33, ayat 6, sorry. Surah Azab, ayat 6 is also there in the Ismaili Quran. Surah Mujadala, ayat 2 is also there in the Ismaili Quran. You can go and check on monoreality.org. So we have a contradiction in the Ismaili Quran too, another one. And then in Du'a Mashlu, like if you don't know about the Shia thing, how they take God, they don't take God as light or energy. They feel this is metaphorically said in Surah Nur ayat that Allah says it metaphorically that He is light. Light means knowledge and guidance, perhaps. So like that, right? And there's another In this Shia 12 dua, we have none knows where he is, how he is, in what respect he is, but he. The one, let me show you. So none knows. And I was going crazy. Equal to him is none. Who has no concert with him is no aid. Trying to find that above evidence, a great exaltation. Can't find it. I don't know how far down I have to go, or have I missed it? So this dua, I opened, let me see, dua mashlul. It's a supplication of the lame man. So how it came to us, Shias, you can find, it doesn't say much here. The dua is known as supplication of the youth stricken for his sin. Okay, so let me show you this also. Dua dot, I think it's org, dua. This the Shia, 12 for Shia. None knows where he is, what he is. I've done this also before. Excuse me. From Imam Ali ibn Abu Talib, who wrote this dua and gave it to a paralyzed man instruction to recite after Isha Salat. How this dua came? It drives the poverty, sickness, mental illnesses, enemies become friends, domestic affairs are set aright, and benefits. But we're not looking at the benefits now, Lord of Men. O he whom none knows what he is, here I found it. I missed it, I'd gone down. O he, O ever living, there's no God but you. O he, it starts from here. O he whom none knows what he is, none knows, nor how he is, nor where he is, nor in what respect he is, but he. So it's not even energy, because energy is in movement, right? Any kind of energy is in movement. It's not even energy for the Shias. It's beyond energy. So any Muslim who tells me and has told me that God is energy, I would not accept that. In our Shia Islam, even God is not even energy. Okay, so none knows. Now you see this pure awareness. Muji Baba says don't give it to your mind, because it will make a mess of it, because it doesn't know. Only this knows, only this pure awareness and the isness present, without the mind saying, I am, or the intellect, yeah, this I am, it is like this. You can use the intellect for it. No, we don't need anything, any knowledge even, because Muji Baba says you don't have to ask yourselves to pass this test, or even, am I right? Am I wrong? Or to find out if you're right or you're wrong, or you have to study it to pass it. Only this can be, no one knows. If you give it to the mind, it will make a mess of it. Right? So none knows what he is but he. Do you see this? Pure awareness. And who is the seer? The seer is it, right? And this is you. So if you go through Muji Baba step by step, he will tell you, this is you, this is absolute. There is no change in this, and my water has finished a little bit. I'm kind of thirsty now. So I just have to, oh, sorry, excuse me. I just had to do something. Okay, so now, where are we? So, certainty. Let's take you to a little bit on Ismailis, poor Ismailis. Surah Hijr ayat, yeah, I think yes, Ismailis shared this. So, ibadat in paradise. So, if there's ibadat, bandagi, ibadatu bandagi in the paradise, hmm? Is there, oh, sorry, the question 65. Is there ibadat, yani worship, a bandagi, a relationship? I think bandagi means relationship in the paradise. If not, how is the flight of angels possible with the remembrance of God? Is ibadat not enjoined until that death comes? According to Quran, Surah 15, ayat 99. Now the answer is there's no ibadat of hardship in the paradise, such as we do today, considering it the slavery of God. Nor is there the ibadat which is done out of fear of hell or to covet, sorry, paradise. Nonetheless, there is certainly special and higher ibadat in paradise, surprising, which is done without any hardship, with extreme happiness, love, and friendship of the Lord. Oh, no, is there ibadat in paradise? See, now we're asking these questions to other people, to others who know about this. Okay, so you'll say this is the doctorate in religion, and you go to the doctor and slowly getting answers from them, faith will come to you, and then you can become a Muslim and you follow their prescription, the doctor's prescription, and it will work on you, and then the Quran will heal you, and this will heal you, religion will heal you, and this will be the solution to all problems in the world. This and that, right? So you go, then it goes to nonsense, and as the Prophet says, "La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, al-aliyyil azim." There is no power and strength except in Allah, the Ayat the Great. This the Quran ayat also is a treasure among the treasures of paradise. Ibadat is not enjoined until death comes. For the purpose of it is not that death should come. It is not that death should come and one should die. Its purpose is the final level of certainty. So this is the final level of certainty. And I wonder why Imam Ali has said here in under why they've given Imam Ali's this thing under the Shias under this ayat in 12 Shia multilingual Quran, trying to search out the multilingual Quran again. Right? So death is just a certainty, and there is nothing greater than death being. I mean, this is the greatest certainty. But this is just a material level dying. How you realize your soul doesn't die, or your spirit, or what is this isnness here, this being with pure awareness, it doesn't die. You go to Muji Baba and he will help you with this. Thank you so much. So on this, and another thing is, if you want to know where's the Shia side where it says, excuse me. So now, and is the Quran the word of Allah? Which ayat? So there's also this contradiction. When you see this, also the ayats, previous ones before 99, it says, those who set up another God with Allah. Now with Allah, so they shall soon know. Right? 96 of Surah Hijr ayat, and surely we know that your breast straightens at what they say. Like Prophet Muhammad's breast straightens at what they say. Or you believers now straightens at what they say with Allah. So Allah should have put like there's no, unless I give authority. So he hasn't explained it properly. Like in Surah Takwir ayat 19, there's a Rasul Kareem. The Quran is a word. It says this is the word of Rasul Kareem, not conveyed and all this. Please don't put things in between in brackets for now. So there's a Rasul Kareem who is with Allah, he's the possessor of power. 20th ayat, possessor of power with the Lord with the possessor of the throne, secure. Remember, I did that too on secure, like the idol worshippers or what? There were different gods. Then they would be fighting for this to get to this Lord. And there's already someone with the Lord, possessor of power, with the possessor of the throne, secure. So then it doesn't need to be that toppling of power, fight, and all this. But you see here, God doesn't say it had. So, but I have not given authority for this. Those who set up another God with Allah, seems like in Surah Taqweed that Rasul Kareem is like a God with Allah. Even the ones who set up. So it's like you have set up, but Allah, you will say there in Surah Taqweed, how should I tell you? Explain to you, you will say, well, that is a Rasul Kareem and that's not God. It's not implied that okay, but it's implied. It's not explicit, but who's with? Don't, like this is an attribute of God given to Rasul Kareem also, the possessor of power, Zi Quwati, with the possessor of the throne, secure. And that possessor of the throne is Allah, right? So the same, and I showed you through the Shia and Sunni both that no one can have the attributes of Allah like that and be with Allah also on the same level in any way. And He is in Surah Takwir. So about this ayat, back to Surah Hijr ayat 96, those who set up another God with Allah, how should it have been put every time this comes with Allah, not even besides Allah? That Allah had not given you permission, authority to do this. You did it on your own. This is how it should come every time this comes, because then you'll be confused. Like there's Sunnis who are saying things like, why, even on invocation, invoking another with Allah or besides Allah, like why would you do this? This shirk, the Shias do this. They object to the Shias calling on other than Allah, with Allah, or even just Ya Ali or Ya Muhammad, right? So there are many these kind of confusions in this religion, conflicting things, contradictions, and the Shias and the Sunnis are in conflict on these things matters. It's not clear. So here, even I blame the Quran ayahs; they're not clear. And we thought, okay, Imams have come chosen, and so we are on the right side, Shias. But even we are wrong, Shias. So, anyways, about this ayat that Surah Hijr ayat 96, Allah says, those who set up another God with Allah, and you see if Zu Quwwatan in that attribute is equal to God, God's attribute, Quwwatan, Quwwatin, or Quwwati, and He's with God, the owner of the throne, the power possessor of the throne, owner of the throne, secure. So noteworthy, yeah, here is with Allah. And he says God. But doesn't that Rasul become God with Allah? Because you cannot set up another partner with Allah, right? Here he says God. So they shall soon know. Now, there in Surah Takwir, it's implied that he's equal, set up with Allah. Allah. And here, against the polytheists, God says, your Allah says gods, God. Those who set up another God with Allah. So he's being unjust. There's a contradiction here. He's contradicted himself. Because if you look at Surah Takwir at 19 to 20, then you'll know how he's contradicted himself and blaming the polytheists unnecessarily, unfairly, and unjustly. Then 96 says, and surely we know that your breasts straighten at what they say. That's for Prophet Muhammad at that time, and now you believers and all. Therefore, celebrate the praise of your Lord and be of those who make obeisance, meaning sajda, do sajda. Let me just check in the Arabic proper word for that. So do sajda to your Lord, right? Just getting the ayat here in Quran.com, prostrate, yeah, sajadeen. Now there's another sajda that Hazrat Yaqub has done, his parents have done to him in Surah Yusuf ayat 100. Surah Yusuf ayat 100, sorry. Not 90 or whatever. So exalt with praise of your Lord and be of those who prostrate. Prostrate to whom? You would think it's prostrate to Allah, whereas in Surah Yusuf ayat, so the Quran ayats also this, tackling with this, telling you that they're not very clear. And yeah, there's another ayat that says the stars, the sun, only prostrate to Allah. And those who prostrate to what? You see, your Sahih International has to put in brackets here, at least in this ayat. Then you say, oh, in another ayat, God makes it clear that we have to prostrate to God, and this is you're assuming here is you've conjectures. God says about guesswork, not good. But another ayat will explain it. This ayat is like left you in conjecture. Do you see? Prostrate to what? Exalt, yes, but prostrate to what? Prostrate to yourself, prostrate to, like Hazrat Yaqub did, and those who prostrate, to whom? Or to what? So he should be clear in this ayat also. Not by going to another ayat, and I can show you Surah Yusuf ayat, so prostrate to whom? Yusuf? I mean, Hazrat Yaqub prostrated to his son. We being a prophet or if his, righteous servant, mercy, guided, and then he guides the others. Chosen, mukhlasin, and worship your Lord until there comes to you the certainty. So, okay, some of you say, i.e., death. Shia say, no, this is the final stage, and this doesn't mean death. I understood that. Still, what kind of, and before even coming to this, you need to do your research, right? So that's what I did about the Quran. It's very easy. When I take the easy way, please, I'm trying to help you come out of this so you can have certainty, not say like me, a Shia Muslim, in that way that, oh, sorry, let me take a break. Sometimes it happens in life. You see hypocrites and you feel your energy. Most of the times I feel, but you, and normally, how would you feel if you see a hypocrite? Like if you find out that no one is taking action, the in madrasas, what is it, um, sexual assaults done. Where's God? Like, how can these madrasas, one person, one lady crying, tear, we cannot take it. This is oppression in Islam. Islam has such a, I thought, high social justice. It's given us in writing like ABCD. Sexual assaults, Islamic girls being, so where's that? Sexual in madrasas by imams. They're imams. We only have our true imams helpline in United Arab Emirates for sexual abuse. At least they After sexual violence in madrasa, suffering remained unheard. The Daily Star, right? Let me just go there and show you. I found many articles recently, two, three. This is the third one, the Daily Star. Madrasa, sufferings remain unheard. And another one like voices, unheard voices. Abdullah, not his real name, was admitted to a madrasa in Feni. Look at this. Oh my God. What is this? Okay, this is from Indonesia or somewhere. I hope my email doesn't pop up. Yeah, pop. And remember the part of the body where I beat you will go to paradise. But if you tell anybody, you will go to hellfire, warned Yasin. You see how they're exploiting, my God. Even beating, they're exploiting, using religion. I just cannot take it, using religion, this is too much for me. Uh, Remember the part of the body where I beat you. Who says this? I mean, sorry, there are so many these pop-ups and ads and all. However, no action was taken against that teacher. Instead, Yasin instructed Abdullah and his other friends, who were also his victims, to promise by putting their hands on the Quran that they would never tell anyone about what Yasin did to them. I think they're imam in the madrasa, huh? Ooh. Remember the part of the body where I beat you will go to paradise. But if you tell anybody, you will go to a hellfire. And he's made these children put their hands on the Quran and take an oath, warned Yasin according to Abdullah's father. Then, however, one of the guards of the madrasa, who also learned from Yasin's crimes, from Abdullah, called Abdur and tell him to take his son home, and told him when Abdur learned what happened to his son, he filed a complaint to the chairman of local union council. Until this is done, do you see the exploitations of children, making them lie by putting their hands on the Quran? This is a big thing for us, all right? And for you Muslims, it should be very big. Flogged for his attempt to flee the dormitory without permission. Flogged. Oh, so it's very, very, so things like that, and and also like, have you ever wondered for the Hindus, idol worshippers, even for your fellow Shias, like I wonder for you, fellow Muslims, Sunnis, instead of, fighting and calling names and spreading rumors, have you ever wondered why would God send you to hell? Because there's only one school of thought that will go to heaven, paradise. Prophet Muhammad, there's a hadith, I think in the Sunni side too. Have you ever wondered, like I had to wonder for my principal, and even if I didn't love Sunni, my principal or anything, I always had this. I didn't love a Hindu, but I had a soft corner for the Hindus in Karachi, right? So I would question Allah about this, like how many millions and millions over the years since Islam has come would go to hell, or those who don't believe in Jesus Christ would go to hell. Um, right? I heard a Christian saying that if you don't believe in Jesus Christ, at least in our religion, in college, there was a, I don't know. So he said, and he was my friend's friend. But I was like quiet. I was like, inside, I was like, isn't it that, or maybe I said it, isn't it that you would go to hell if you don't believe in Jesus Christ? So he was saying in their religion, in Christianity, at least they don't go. Those who don't believe in Christ as the Son of God or whatever their Christianity religion, they will not go to hell. But they will also not go to heaven. They will not be saved, right? They will not have eternal life. But he said they will not go to hell. Maybe he's right. They will. God knows where they will go. Damnation of some kind? Isn't there damnation? Yeah, but like gory things like this in the Quran, it's not there. That's true. He's right about that. Right? Like boiling water, or maybe for the disbelievers also. Then they become, these disbelievers. Now, since this has come, the Jews, the Christians, and all, they're not going to be saved. Even though the Quran ayat is there in Surah Baqarah at 62. Like uh, these people who take another God. So, what do they say about the Trinity of Christianity? What does the Quran say? They will all be disbelievers, going not only mushriks, and mushriks are not forgiven. It's unforgivable sin, and they'll all be going to hell. They fall in the category of disbelievers. Hypocrites too will go in the lowest abyss, but hypocrites also fall in the category of the disbelievers, right? And the mushriks too, those who are mushriks, polytheists, and Christians are polytheists too, and Jews, according to the Quran, are polytheists too. And they have rejected also that this Quran, the truth. So they are the worst of creatures, they are this, they will go to hell. Now, so you can debate that, but this is what I think for now on this and the contradictions. Also, so, and can you now ever be sure of certain of Allah, let alone worship Him, His existence, evident? Okay, you say the scientists don't have correct knowledge. Those scientists who are atheists, since even in Christianity they were given. I listened to Richard Dawkins and another Christian priest or someone, religious scholar of this, and he was saying, well, we have this design, right? So the Christians give this design, divine God design argument to the scientists, atheist scientists. And so, like all these things, you see, so the point here was that uh, if you say you have the correct knowledge, Christians who believe in God, they they have the true knowledge. How do you know your knowledge is true and theirs is not? You could say, oh, what Quran says that at least you believe in them, they don't believe in you, and all this, we are better, and God knows what comes forth from reasons that you take from Quran ayats and what you've been fed. That no, the Christians, they have missed out on something. They don't have correct knowledge, although corrupted scriptures also. They corrupted their scriptures out of convenience, no fear of Allah. And you are the only ones who have fear of Allah. Also that, using religion for convenience, exploiting religion. So point is correct knowledge, not given. Reasons you give that yet in Sunni Shia, which is the major breakup conflict in this Islam, which I use, you also have that conflict. And how can you Sunnis say that you have correct knowledge of Allah and the Shias don't? So in Muslims also, so can you ever be sure? If you are true to yourselves, you will question. These questions will come up. Honest with yourself, right? So can we ever be sure about anything? And then in Shia Islam also we have Bori Shias. Is Bori Dai the true Imam, or is the true representative of the Imam? What is their thing? And then am I in the wrong Shia school of thought, denomination, let's call it? that way. And or the Ismaili school of thought, right, is is the Ismaili Imam the correct Imam, the true Imam, Ismaili, the correct religion, the true religion, if you are honest. Because you see, as I wondered as a Shia, I would never make fun or things like that. I was seriously contemplating in reverie over this shocking thing. And I would say, they love Prophet Muhammad so much and Allah so much. So they also love Sunnis also. Let's talk to them. But you won't talk to us, Shias. You won't talk to us, Shias. And I wanted to talk to you. So maybe our elders, because I don't have that much knowledge. I'm not qualified to be a religious scholar. I have my own problems. So I thought maybe the Shia religious scholars could get with the Sunni religious scholars, the Salafis, the Saudi Arabian muftis, and have dialogues together. Sit together, have dialogues. Understanding hearts rather than, you know, bridge, not just, no, no, like separate yourselves and not have that bridge and just have this wall, great wall. It's thick. So if you were honest, you would really think about the Shias also, like I thought about the Sunnis, that why not come under the umbrella of Prophet Muhammad, whom you all love, admire, adore, and follow. Your religious scholars and their religious scholars and all keep having dialogues, keep having communications like Imam Hussein used to in the battlefield. He was all the time appealing, we were told, to Yazid. Yazid's army. Yazid wasn't there, he was in Damascus, sorry. Yazid's army there in Karbala. He never stopped communicating with them. Like he sent Hazrat Abbas and then Ali Akbar, and appealing to the hearts, like I'm sending you my pieces of my hearts. Lastly, Ali Asghar, 6 months old. Okay, so this, so we were told, even with your enemies, like until the end, like in Jesus Christ, Christians, Jesus Christ has told them, love your enemies. Here is Imam Hussein appealing to their hearts, giving the 6 months old now. He's appealing to them on the battlefield, right? That he's thirsty. Don't give me water, but what has he done at 6 months old? He's my son. Okay, but he's 6 months old. He hasn't done anything. So appealing to their hearts like this in humanity. He's thirsty. At least give water to my son. That's why he took his 6 months old. Can you believe it? Appealing to your enemy, giving your last piece of heart, 6 months old. He's taken his wives, some of his wives, his beloved sister, showing that he doesn't hate you. He doesn't hate you. He wants to save you, appealing to your hearts. So, following kind of a little bit, we, it's for the Sunni brothers, sisters, and all. Appealing to your hearts, I should be giving Ali Asghar. If you come and want to kill me because I'm a kafir, I'm an infidel Shia, I'm a Shia Rafidi, I would what Imam Hussein did. Try to follow that, right? At least a little bit. So this way, but even unfortunately, Shia Islam failed me because the main book failed me. So as you can see, even Ismaili Quran has a Surah 58 ayat 2 and Surah Azab ayat 6. Surah 33 at 6, and I showed you the contradictions there. Surah Hijr at 99 is there. So, which Allah shall we start? So that's why I had to leave all this, you see, and try, even though not qualified, broken, had a hard time with some of you. But I should be patient. I should expect that you can even, I could be executed in the first go, first step. I wasn't. So much grateful to those who kept me alive and didn't execute me, the governments, helping me. Otherwise, I would have, in Karachi, I would have been a gone case. So then, and for the human welfare, please do something. But now I think, you see, I read this book. Okay, I was in O level, A level, and so what does I couldn't stop even what Imam Ali said, that the essence. So seeing God, don't you think that seeing God in the heart is what? Forget knowledge, because without knowledge, God created all this, saying be and it is. He's the Father. He's the Father. He's the originator. So intellect will not help you. These are just signs, and they're not evidence enough for God, right? So you may think a religion is really good, their akhlaq, their manners, etiquettes, and even covering yourselves up. Your way, your girls, is your daughters, your sisters, your females. It hasn't solved the problem here for some Sunni madrasas and all. Doesn't solve the problem. Doesn't God say that righteousness is the best dress? But so if you're molested, maybe what they were, some ex-Muslims are seeing here, bringing our attention to this. So now, if you, let's say you go to, I felt very safe in London wearing mini dresses while I was doing my O level. Oh, sorry, my law there, alone, very safe. So where you're not molested, seems like the Muslim men at that time will molest you. Oh, and also to distinguish between the slave girls and the believing girls, right? Or females, women, and girls, and not being molested. So, in an Islamic world, surely I would wear the Islamic tribe. It's just that I have problems now ironing and all this. So, I don't wear a chalet and abaya, and I could wear abaya, a loose outer garment. Um, and cotton because hot. So abaya is another kind. It's not cotton. So this and but in London I wouldn't, because I wouldn't be molested. So you see that ayat where it says so that you would not be molested and you would be known. So what's the right interpretation of that ayat that the ex-Muslims from Pakistan must have given at one point about this, right? What's the right interpretation? Here in the Muslim world, you can be molested, and there's lots of cases. So forget telling the Western world that, oh, you're promiscuous, you do this, you sleep around, this, that. No, no. Please, and look at your own first. First and foremost, try to, okay, you would say, but here wait a minute, I'm contradicting myself. No. You see, I don't heavily criticize the West. Even my father was saying that. Like, they criticize the West, but look at here in Pakistan, what is this? So I say, yes, simultaneously, wherever there are human rights, but they're doing quite well. At least a woman feels safe, at least. And there are not many rapes and all that as there are in Pakistan, in the villages, and there's a lack of law and order there in Pakistan. So to be there most of my life there, it was very difficult to see all these things as a Shia Muslim, and beggars also on the street. But whatever the promiscuity and all this, and the wearing of less clothes at times, and the parties and all, I think there's room for change. Like Jiddu Krishnamurti was saying about masterpieces you've built. Like this, all this escape. So if the Westerners can understand this, he was having with Dr. David Bohm and other Westerners, he was having these dialogues. So even your masterpieces like Shakespeare, but you see, he was so consistent. Like, and he has a truth does not need defense. Truth needs to be shown properly, right? So consistent with his Hindu Indians, consistent with with the Westerners also. So like the way we our Muslims do it, criticizing the West like that and then telling them, oh, this is the right way. This is not the right way. Because you see so much in Jiddu Krishna, um, showing is the right way. Seeing what is, let's discover together. But push, oh, we are covered, our ladies are, and we, you know, this, and we respect our parents so much. And look at these Americans. They just, oh, dad, just, you know, leave me alone. And they're so friendly and with their father. I was like that. My father made me like that. I grew up, he used to take me to his friends and, so, but Shia. So we've been very free. I've been very free with my father and mother, lenient Shia. Otherwise, my father told me like there was a time, we never used to even look at it. Our heads would be down when our father would get angry at us, scold us or reprimand us. Our heads would be down. Couldn't say oof. So the Quran ayat says when they grow up, then don't say oof to them, fight to your parents. Yes, after God, it's your parents, but you must also read the Quran ayat on that and verify. There are two ayats on that. Don't say fi. When they grow up, like if you're a child and they're doing zulm on you, your parents are hitting you with rods and trying to discipline you in that way, and they say you can't complain because the psalm says parents have an upper hand on the children. You no fine, no fight to me. Don't say oof. That's wrong. I in year 2000 I looked at this Quran ayat. Don't even say fight parents. When there's a condition. Don't say fight. There's a other ayat. I'll be looking at this. I gave it to on in the comment section. I don't think I got a reply or I didn't see the reply at Friendly Ex-Muslim some time ago. Don't say fight to, but the Quran ayat says, don't say fight to your parents. And this is not where you should stop, parents or anyone. It says in Surah Isra 23, I found it, thank God, Quran.com. So please correct yourselves. It says, don't say, loading. Okay, I have to show this on the screen. I hope something doesn't go wrong, that I get kicked out of the studio this time. Showing it on the screen, sharing it. Surah 17, ayat 23 says, and your Lord has decreed that you worship not except Him, and to parents good treatment, whether one or both of them reach old age with you, say not to them, fie. And even I thought of this, I'd misinterpreted this. So you see, it says, okay, good treatment to parents, but about the phi thing, whether one or both of them, when they reach old age with you, say not to them, fie, and do not repel them. but speak to them a noble word. Okay, good treatment for your parents, children. But the fine thing is, and this doesn't mean that your parents can badly treat you, right? If it's telling the children to do good treatment to parents, this doesn't mean the parents have the upper hand and can, like that kind of thing, that they can discipline you with hurting you physically and treating you badly. And the five thing, I had to correct myself. Look, the five thing, it doesn't say whether one or both. It says at all times. Like even if you're a child, you can't say five to your, and they are young parents. But when they reach old age, let me see, one of them or both of them then reach with you the old age, al kibara, right? Old age. Then don't say five to them. It's not like your parents are beating you. Oh, I can't say oof. They're young, they have the strength to discipline you. Now they've reached old age. Then don't. They're young, they're disciplining you, and you can't even say oof. And a Muslim in London said to me that even if my parents push me off the roof, I will, not say fi to them. No, no, it's not like that. So please correct yourselves. Yeah, but here, unfortunately, there's some wrong here, which Abdullah Samir didn't couldn't maybe explain to me, like good treatment after God worship, and Allah has decreed, your Lord, after God, your parents. My grandmother, maternal grandmother, told me after God is your teachers, are your teachers, and if they get upset with you, God gets upset. But here in the Quran ayat, there's after God, it's your parents. So good treatment to the parents. Oh, now if God is saying son, good treatment, right, to the parents, then what should the parents do, right? Now, see, this is the thing. Yeah, it's only one-sided here. Although the five thing I corrected myself in year 2000, I looked at it in old age. If one of them or both of them, then do not say to both of them a word of disrespect. Oof. But you can say like, please don't hit me, right? It hurts, like that. And they're not supposed to hit you that it hurts. Just say that chide. Okay, don't chide them. Good parents to your good treatment. Good to your parents. Do good to your parents. But it doesn't say if the parents. This is what is missing here. And there's the other one that your mother has reared you and what. So what's that ayat? Your mother has. Your mother has reared you. Quran ayat. Yeah, this is the problem with this Quran. And be humble with them out of mercy and pray, my Lord, be merciful to them as they raised me when I was young. Surah Isra again, ayat 24. Yeah, this is the thing. And lower to them the wing of humility out of the mercy. and say, My Lord, have mercy on both of them, as they brought me up small, when I was small, and your mother has reared you. Where's that one? Attain old age. Oh, this continues to 24. And then your Lord is most knowing of what is within yourselves. What a responsibility on the children. But when they reach old age, then be humble, tender, and this continues from the previous ayat. Or is it now? And lower to them the wing of humility out of mercy as they reared you. And the mother who feeds you, your mothers feed you, and duty of feeding mothers. Where's the Quran ayat? Surah Baqarah. No, not duty. Has brought you up, mother. Has reared you. I think it's reared you. What is that Quran ayat? I can't find it. Anyways, still giving me Isra, Surah Isra at 24. So now coming to seeing, really seeing, right? The seer, the witness. Even the Quran ayat says that God is the witness and those who have knowledge of and the one who has knowledge of the book is a witness. Surah Ra'd ayat. Check. Yeah, I think it's Surah Ra'd ayat. So the seeing is very important. And now without anything, without anything, without any knowledge, leaving knowledge aside, leaving the mind aside, you can know the truth. You can how shall I say, realize what is your true nature. And that will be the evidence, but you can give to the scientists and say, well, no tool can come to this, find this, right? Your big telescopes will fail because then you can explain to the scientists. If they don't understand, then they don't understand, but there's no fighting or arguing. So, like David Bohm was a physicist with Jiddu Krishnamurti. Look at how they went together as friends, discovering. So, and those who have belief say, You are not a messenger. Say, sufficient is Allah. So, this is to know whether Prophet Muhammad is a messenger. So, it says, Sufficient is Allah as witness. Shall I show you? Those of you, आप लोग उधर Muji Baba, you don't go to Muji Baba. Shall I show you? What is the witness? Shahid, constant, pure awareness. I've shown you, right? पर्दे हमने कर दिए हैं, फाड़ दिए. This is the only certainty, absolute. And the one who has knowledge of the book, them has nurtured me when I was with it. Wrong ayat, where am I? Have I shared this on the screen? Why isn't those who disbelieve say you are not? And those who is it come on the screen here? Let me see, check. And those who have disbelief say, You are not a messenger. Say, O Muhammad, meaning, sufficient is Allah's witness, Shahid. right? So Shaheed it says here, but Shaheed means martyr, as Shias pronounce it, and Shahid. It should be Shahid here. Shahid is the witness. Shaheed is the martyr, the witnessing also. So Allah is the witness between me and you, and whoever has knowledge of the scripture. They say, the Sunnis say, the Shia say, and he who has knowledge of the scripture, i.e., Imam Ali. So you need this knowledge, and Imam Ali has knowledge, and he's the chosen one, chosen Imam after Prophet Muhammad. Don't miss out. Now let's leave everything. Knowledge, I hope I'm not able to tell you, like, knowledge is not enough because knowledge comes from the mind, thought. I've done all this. Jiddu Krishnamurti told you, I recommend you reading if you would like, if you're interested. If this is your passion, like it is mine, recommend you reading Jiddu Krishnamurti, right? To know that all knowledge comes from the mind, it is from the past or you're in the future, a memory, and it is like, a lot of problems, like the way Jiddu Krishnamurti put it, but I know that there was someone, because of her past, she was either in the past. I realize I'm also in the past, in fear. Fear is never in the now. Hello, Flower Garden. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all these roses. A bouquet of roses for you. So, Flower Garden is here. Flower Garden, do you get this? Did I explain this? Ah, and another thing is, just to show you from the Shias, where's that certainty? Oh my God, you're most welcome. It's a great pleasure. It's a great pleasure. Why are you thanking me? I feel so like, you understood this? Certainty, then knowledge. The certainty comes with knowledge, right? In Shias. Imam Ali has said, so now I'm a little bit like how to not secure, it says this. Imam Ali has at this website, Imam Ali has said, Imam Ali was asked by one of his companions, how will you find knowledge in the heart unless Jibril puts it there, trusted, the trusted spirit, like in the Quran it says. So you may be going round and round in your mind, akal, use your intellect. Even Allah says, so there are contradictions in the Quran ayat that those who do not use their akal, reason or intellect, Allah will put abomination on them. Oh, thank you so much. No, but you are, how can I not welcome you? You come with the roses and all in such a beautiful, loving, kind way, generous way. How can I not welcome you to my show? But do you understand? You maybe you'll have to go through this. I don't know. So certain. You see, the mind. This. So strengthen your heart with certainty. You see this on this also Shia site, from this Shia website. I'm showing you. Where is it? So all this knowledge. 7. Strengthen your heart with certainty. Regarding this, Imam Ali says, with trust in Allah and we reach certainty. So now the Allah, with trust in Allah, with trust in Allah. So Allah knowledge and certainty. Knowledge will help you. They say reach a certainty, right? In Shia Islam also about Allah, the yaqeen. And so didn't Allah say that I gave the trust to the mountains and all, but they refused it. Now you're offering the trust to the mountains, but you're offering it to the human beings, and how could they refuse your offering? But they were unjust to themselves, or what is that ayat? Now I was thrown out of I was harassed out of a story I was telling on Facebook, making it up and all this for some, we find some lessons in it and what's true love and what is really adultery and what is this marriage in Islam. Like a heretic, Khalil the heretic, or like Omhani in Khalil Gibran's. The wife leaves the husband even though he's very rich and all this, and someone goes to find out why this wife terrible. She's such a adulteress. She's this. She was terrible to her husband, leaving him. He treated her well. All this. So you see what is adultery. You see what Omhani says. Was it Omhani? Khalil Gibran's. And also like artistically saying some things which could be quite provocative for the Muslims there. Omhani had left her husband. No, who had left her husband? Maybe I'm mixing up the stories. She had left her husband. Which I could. Okay, I'm trying to find it. Madam, it's not Omhani, sorry. I just took my principal's or Imam Ali's sister's name and my principal's sister, late sister's name, Omhani. Miserable is the man who loves a woman and takes her for a wife, pouring at her feet this. So let me just share this. Enjoyment of its hidden secrets, deepest love. Miserable is the woman who arises. Okay, I skipped some. I'm just skimming through it, right? Skim reading. Ooh, thank God, me. So, and miserable is the woman who arises from the inattentiveness and restlessness of youth and finds herself in the home of a man showering her with his glittering gold and precious gifts, and according her all the honors and grace of lavish entertainment, but unable to satisfy her soul with the heavenly wine, meaning love, which God pours from the eyes of a man into the heart of a woman. I knew Rashid bin Aman since I was a youngster. He was a Lebanese born and reared, and all this, so good family tradition, glory of his ancestry. Rashid was fond of citing incidents. Okay, then what happens now? Just skipping some. These are the characteristics of Rashid. Looked at me ruefully. Destiny comes suddenly, bringing concern. She stares at you with horrible eyes. Having uttered these words with a choking voice and suffering spirit, Rashid bin Aman stood shaking like a reed between the north and south wind. He extended his hands as if to grasp something. So the husband, I think, the wife has left the husband. He had his voice with his hands. I rose, with tears in my eyes and mercy in my heart, and silently bade him goodbye. Wounded Heart, Part 2. A few days thereafter, I met Madame Rose Hani for the first time in a poor hovel surrounded by flowers and trees. She had heard of me through Rashid Bey Naman, the man whose heart she had crushed and stamped upon and left under the terrible hoofs of life. As I looked at her beautiful bright eyes and heard her sincere voice, I said to myself, can this be the sordid woman? Can this clear face hide an ugly soul and a criminal heart? Is this the unfaithful wife? Is this the woman of whom I have spoken evil, and imagined as a serpent disguised in the form of a beautiful bird? Then I whispered again to myself, saying, is it this beautiful face that made Rashid bin Aman miserable? Haven't we heard that obvious beauty is the cause of many hidden distresses and deep suffering? Is not the beautiful moon that inspires the poets the same moon that angers the silence of the sea with a terrible roar? So it goes on. So Madame Rose Hani seemed to have heard and read my thoughts and wanted not to prolong my doubts. She leaned her beautiful head upon her hands, and with a voice sweeter than the sound of lyre, she said, I have never met you, but I heard the echoes of your thoughts and dreams from the mouths of the people. And they convinced me that you are merciful and have understanding for the oppressed woman, the woman whose heart's secrets you have discovered and whose affections you have known. Allow me to reveal to you the full contents of my heart, so you may know that Rose Hani never was an unfaithful woman. I was scarcely 18 years of age when fate led me to Rashid bin Aman, who was then 40 years old. 40 years old. And she was 18. He fell in love with me, according to what the people say, and took me for a wife and put me in his magnificent home, placing at my disposal clothes and precious gems. He exhibited me as a strange rarity at the homes of his friends and family. He smiled with triumph when he saw his contemporaries looking at me with surprise and admiration. He lifted his chin high with pride when he heard the lady speak of me with praise and affection. But never could he hear the whispers, is this the wife of Rashid bin Aman, or his adopted daughter? And another one commenting, if he had married at the proper age, his firstborn would have been older than Rose Hani. All that happened before my life had awakened from the deep swoon of youth, and before God inflamed my heart with the torch of love, and before the growth of the seeds of my affections. Yes, all this transpired during the time when I believed that real happiness came through beautiful clothes and magnificent mansions. When I woke up from the slumber of childhood, like I did, I felt the flames of sacred fire burning in my heart and a spiritual hunger gnawing at my soul, making it suffer. When I opened my eyes, I found my wings moving to the right and left, trying to ascend into the spacious firmament of love. but shivering and dropping the gusts of the shackles of laws that bound my body to a man before I knew the true meaning of that law. I felt all these things and knew that a woman's happiness does not come through man's glory and honor, nor through his generosity and affection, but through love. But through love that unites both of their hearts and affections, making them one member of life's body and one word upon the lips of God. When truth showed herself to me, I found myself imprisoned by law in the mansion of Rashid bin Aman. Now you see, even Islam does this. Men told to, men have more rights than women. They can discipline you, they can give you divorce, women cannot give their men husbands divorce. I know how long a lady had to wait until her husband came and gave her a divorce. Corners of the night. I knew that every hour spent with him was a terrible lie, written upon my forehead with letters of fire between heaven and earth. And you take these fatayatakum, what your right hands possess, of what your right hands possess in Surah Nisa 25, right? Which is not in the Ismaili Quran, I think. And you use them. Is it in the, or is Surah Nisa? Let me just check this. Then I'll go on with this story also. Surah Nisa at 24. Yeah, 25 is in there. You take, so these Fatayatakum, it's Surah Nisa at 25. It's not in the Ismaili Quran. But it's in the other Quran, which the Shia 12ers also use. Surah Nisa at 25. What do you do with these? What has your God told you to do with these Surah Nisa at 25 and 25? Fatayatakum of you, what your right hands possess. Right? Oh. So if you have fear of fornication and you want to remain chaste, but somehow you've done fasting, you can't. And the last resort, God has, what Imam Hussain said is in Karbala, when enemies rejoice, well, my last resort is Allah, right? Friends leave you. So here is this ayat which says, and whoever is not able to among you afford to marry, you can't afford to marry. There are some of you believers who can't afford to marry free chaste believing women, then marry. Is this marry? Then take perhaps what possessed your right hands of your fatayatakum of the believers. Oh, and you are one of another, of course. It will come here later on in this ayat. And you take the believers from the believers, fatayatakum, their slave girls, and Allah knows best about your faith. You are from one another, so marry them. It's not out of love or something. It's just that you have fear. So okay, before we go back to that, showing you this ayat, I must on screen. Hope it's come. So yeah, these fatayatakum, believers of believers, what your right hands possess of your slave girls, fatayatakum, of the believers, about your faith. Allah knows about your faith. You are one from another. Very well. some, oh, some sugar put here, and nice, you feel, oh, very good. You are one of another. And give them the bridal due, lots of cherry topping, but in a fair manner, more cherries, more toppings. They should be chaste. They should be chaste, not those who commit immorality. But you have the fear of not being chaste, and you can't even afford believing women free. These are not free believing women that you marry them. You use them for your sexual purpose, right? Fear that you will do. And not those who take secret lovers. Better to take secret lovers. You can't take secret lovers, no, no. And not from them who take secret lovers. Love is the only bond. Even marriage to someone you don't feel that bond, what's the use? But you believing women, free believing women, they don't have a choice of their own. They can't marry someone they love, and you're using them. And Allah is telling them not to, those about these fatayatukum, slave girls, maid girls, that maid of slave girls, secret lovers. They should not have taken secret lovers. Don't think it's better to take lovers. Then when they are married, and if they commit adultery, then for them is half of the money. Very good, Jerry. Lots of toppings. Very good. Yeah. You see, God is so fair, so just. The punishment that for whoever fears committing sin. Oh, so punishment, yeah. Half punishment. That for this is for whoever fears committing sin of your men, right? Of your men fears committing sin. So you have this khashia, or some feeling of committing sin, like you have this kind of what do you call it, fear, or yeah, fear. They're saying fear. Committing sin, you marry them, and you can't remain patient. And that, but you should be patient. It is better for you that you be patient. But even if you like, if you can't be patient, then here, these are the ones, and they're not allowed to like love someone and get married. So let's see, God is stopping the love of theirs, and how He gave. Moreover, like, so with this addition, like Zainab bin Josh doesn't love Zed. You see, this religion sick makes me sick. And then how the marriage broke, and look at the stupid and those Surah Azaba, it's 37. Is what? So this. And flower garden reminds me that I used to take flowers for my principal. It was recently Eid night. You don't bring me flowers anymore. What's that song of Barbara Streisand? So I'm just cutting off a little bit on that. However, you came such a nice way. Sorry, not Thursday night, but Jumeirah, Bari Murad, but Eid night. Right. I'm the sinner such as I. Principle, what shall I say? So this, and then from there also, you see now love, this God, not true God. I could be here forever on this. Sorry. So, you see, certainty you want of what? This is sick. This is someone who can't take this. I know my friend in London would understand, Hindu friend, how ghabrat happening. When we don't love someone, we can't really, even like parents want us to meet this great Muslim guy, Hindu guy, feel disgusted. God doesn't have, your Allah doesn't have those feelings. You know, we can be sensitive people, women. So what happened to Hani? Oh, sorry, not Hani. Madame Rose Hani. Where is it? Your God is so terrible, I tell you. Although, like in Surah Rum, he says that you are made to rest. Please, for sexual purposes, rest. But you know, love cuts off that lust was, and that love making, ooh. And you can take the shit of a person in love. I tried in vain to love him, but love is a power that makes our hearts. So what this God is saying, okay, I know this is Khalil Gibran. And he says poets are wayward and prose writers, and maybe all of us who believe in this love thing, you may say, are wayward. Let me just, but I believe in, if there's love is the only bond, marriage, and I would get married only if I am in love with that person. I prayed and prayed, you see, because you don't understand love. But love is a power that makes our hearts. Not that Allah puts love in the hearts of those who believe and do good works. Love is the power that makes this heart. And when love's power makes this heart cannot go astray. And like you believers are told to pray that Allah, do not make our hearts go astray after thou hast guided us. In Al Imran, or which verse is it? So you see, it's all gone upside down. Islam, whether Shia, whether Sunni, all full Islam, upside down. And now you fear that your hearts will go astray, so you're praying to Allah that, oh Lord, make not our hearts go astray after thou hast guided us. But you see, you've taken the wrong turn, and you don't see it. So this. Oh, I prayed and prayed in the silence of the night before God to create in the depths of my heart a spiritual attachment that would carry me closer to the man who had been chosen for me as companion through life. Chosen for me. Even Prophet Muhammad's prayers couldn't keep the marriage of, save the marriage of Zainab bin Josh and Zaid bin Harith, right? Zaid bin Harith, right? My prayers were not granted because love descends upon our souls. And little knowledge have we given you of the Spirit, and your soul we have not guided. Surat Sajda ayat 13. And so if you're going to reject this, and if you're going to accept that Quran, what will happen to you? You're misguided and you don't think you are guided. And please, this love, this is the greatest. Corinthian has said in Christianity, Bible, above belief, faith, and hope even is love. So what is this? Love descends. You know the one that thing, Quran ayat, something comes from heaven and some things come from the earth. Love descends like from the highest upon our souls by the will of God. and not by the demand or the plea of the individual. Thus, I remained for 2 years in the home of that man, envying the birds of the field, their freedom, while my friends envied me, my painful chains of gold. I was like a woman who is torn from her only child, like a lamenting heart existing without attachment, like an innocent victim of the severity of human law. And this law is not good, right? Gigi Khati, are you an ex-Muslim? It Now since you asked me here, because someone asked me on Facebook and I said none of your business. Yes, I'm an ex-Muslim and I'm helping Muslims leave Islam. Yeah, this is about being an ex-Muslim. I'm proud to be an ex-Muslim. Are you a Muslim? What are these things here? Acha, you are Muslim. Please, if you are Muslim, I'm on ground level worker. Okay, and what would you like now? Do you like to tell us anything? Object? No, ma'am? Okay. So I hope you don't, you're not the one who kills ex-Muslims, but your prophet has said, kill those who leave Islam. I promote ex-Muslim channels. Oh, okay, to Muslim. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. You said you have this question mark, two question marks here. So, okay, now may I go on about this? So, you know, this Islam. Oh, what do you mean? So they can know reality of ilm, Islam. Oh, you mean you promote ex-Muslim channels to Muslims? Sorry, I didn't get you. Ask again. Like, are you? What is this? Sorry, I didn't get you. Your channel has haq, Islamic haq, right? Uh, but still, you are promoting ex-Muslim channels to Muslims. You're promoting it. Okay, sorry, I got you wrong. Maybe your channel says haq here. I went to your channel. It has this. I thought you were a Muslim. It means I help ex-Muslims. Okay. Yes, yes, it means that. Okay, thank you very much. One dark day as I looked behind the heavy skies, I saw a gentle. Okay, I don't know if I should be reading this. The whole thing I can't read. She looked at me as she wanted to penetrate my heart with her eyes in order to discover the impression of her words upon. Today I'm one with the man I love. He and I sprang out as one, torch from the hand of God, before the beginning of the world. See, you haven't understood love. And your God says again, twice in the Quran ayats, like, don't keep secret lovers. But God, you make us, the Muslims, marry for what sake? You said for righteousness, even if the man is ugly, or even if the polytheist women are beautiful. But you know, your prophet has gone for beauty in Surah Zabayat 52. And then your God says to you, that you should marry out of like righteousness, see the virtues, uh, the character, the believer, even if the polytheist women may look beautiful to you. Uh, like, I'm sorry, I don't know how to put it properly. What am I doing here? Okay, wait a minute. Excuse me, sorry. So, love. You see, you haven't understood love. Don't forsake love. I'm also against Islam. Keep doing your work and save humanity from Islam. Thank you very much. I want to save humanity from every religion. And yes, Islam first. It's the worst nowadays. And also, in Islam, you can't leave it, at least in Hinduism. It could be terrible what, about against Hinduism, what Elena Ali is showing terrible, disgusting things in the Hindu texts. But if you leave there's no freedom of choice here. If you leave it, Prophet Muhammad says to kill. So even if Hinduism is worse than Islam in certain things, but at least they have the freedom to leave and critically think and examine their scriptures and have a choice that they will not be killed if they leave. Have a choice to leave and not be harmed in the least bit. So, in this way, Islam is terrible, and yes, I need to save humanity. See what you're, yeah, but if you believe the Hindu scriptures, like you will not be respecting your women or rape and all this. On that, I will talk later, but right now, like that is also against humanity, right? And the women and girls, child marriage is there in Hinduism. So, yes, I would like to reach out to you, everyone in humanity, and save you. So, the Hindu scriptures, I don't know well, and I can't even check what I've seen on Elaine Ali's channel. You may go and check there and check the Hindu scriptures. But right now, I know this, and I would like to continue in this. Although, sorry, humanity, I cannot help you, Indians, to leave your Hinduism. I cannot help you Christians to leave Christianity. I cannot help Judaism. Sorry. I apologize greatly for that. Because too much on my plate, I hope you understand. But this starts somewhere, right? So I've started here on my, it's very, very painful. So I went to for a break and I was going, but they wouldn't even allow me there to write a story. Everything I do is a sin. And they're coming and harassing me. They know because I don't want to come here, talk to strange men. I miss my principal, even though she doesn't miss me and she must be fed up of me. But like, I have to come here. कौन कम बख्त यहाँ आना. Now my craziness starts, right? Devdas movie. हम तो आते हैं. So I'm away from my principal. I feel homeless. Okay, now my dukras, my pain starts. Okay, and here I've been harassed also. So I thought I'd take a break. Even there, I mean, writing a story, it hurts thinking and in restlessness and can't write because of my condition. But again, starting this, I have been in extreme pain. You people won't let me. have some, take a break. Be with her. At least if I don't have her, I can have her. I've made a page for her. Live and die for her. So I had prayed to God, Ya Allah. But you see, this God, oh, oh God, don't take me there. She may not like it, but you see, the principle doesn't real. How can I be a low life scumbag? I wouldn't destroy someone, like disturb, pest, meaning of a woman suffering. But you see, this love was coming. God was saying, it is my will. It is God's will. Oh, especially when she devotes her soul to a woman. Oh, I wasn't even a lesbian. She loves by the will of God and her body to another whom she caresses by the enforcement of earthly law. It is a tragedy written with the blood of the woman's blood and ears which the man reads with ridicule because he cannot understand it. Yet, if he does understand, his laughter will turn into scorn and blasphemy that act like fire, adultery upon her heart. What is this love you have not known? I've lost my love through the gardens of terror. I wrote in my younger teenage years. Today I'm with the man I love. He and I sprang out as one torch from the hand of God, Krishna, before the beginning of the world. And who? And you all who don't know Radhe Krishna, how could you? You Muslims, at least the whole scripture could be terrible, disgusting, disgusting, rapist, Christian, and this, that, but I know it's Radha Rani. Or even as a human being from my childhood, what is pure love? What is that love for a teacher? You know what you are like. I told you that you Muslims, you could this ayat can make you rape your and this rape your women. I've seen that parents have had cases. One case where the one per, two cup two what do you, no no man and woman, they couldn't get married, the youngsters, because their parents wouldn't allow them. So they used me for the internet. Sometimes I thought it was okay because I used them. I told them I'm using you to because keep away from my mommy, not pester her. So this mummy is my lover, everything. So, but the parents wouldn't allow it. Both are Muslims. And then you see what you are giving way to. Parents is this, that she could find a husband, and this has happened. It's not just in the movies, please. Meri Mehbooba, what's that? This Meri Mehbooba was song. Oh, Pardes movie. She gets raped by her husband, right? So cruel. Pardes movie, the Indian movie Pardes. So your Allah, like it's no, but you would say, oh, she has to stay with this rich husband in London or UK or abroad. His father is rich, he's working, he's pretty, like outwardly, he's a businessman, he's this, but what a terrible man, right? Muslim parents also, right? Nice man, my daughter, he's got his अरे बैरूनी मुल्क में है और शादी करवा ले अपने डॉटर की बहुत अमीर है फैमिली बहुत अमीर है right परदेश and so you're this where is it uh, Surah Baqarah ayat हाँ वो husband तो husband can Surah Baqarah ayat just boils my blood now your your women are your kid feels go into them as you please. Your women are like farmland for you, so approach them. Now look, it doesn't say consensually. You have put it here in quotation marks. You're making it look good. You are. Your translators are. Right? Doesn't say consensually. Why? God ate this word. The goat ate it. The rat ate it. The mice ate it. For God's sakes, if your God can't put the words properly, who are you to correct him? Huh? So that means you are better than your God. This is the word. This is not the word of God. This is the word of Rasulullah. Rasul Kareem. Surah Takwir at 19. Many contradictions like this happening. Now shall I leave you or would you like Gigi Khati? Khati. Oh God, so how may I help you? Anything else you want to add? How can you help me at least on my StreamYards adding something? If you would like now, you can comment. Help me a flower garden, Gigi. You see, love in your heart. Okay, so God, give me strength. Ouch. I feel sick. Sorry, excuse me. So it's been after a day or so, and you see that I'm still not used to it. Like, still, it was very painful for me to come here. But I have to help you. Heart. What does Khalil Gibran say? Here, and Madam, wait. Okay, Khalil Gibran is not a prophet, but oh my God, he must be a saint or something, or a will of God. When she devotes her soul to a man she loves by the will of God. You know what love is? Do you know what love is? My prayers were not granted because love descends upon our souls by the will of God. and not by the demand or the plea of the individual. Now, you know which God this is. This is not your Islamic God. Maybe even God descends on earth for love. Angels sending regards high, heaven bending down. No, angels bending down, bowing. Heaven sending regards high. See love with love's eyes, and you will see what you have never seen before. Feel love's hunger, and you would want to give it all your food. But here, let's not get, because love descends upon our souls, and this it it got. Hoo, 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 hoo. Wait a minute. Look, let me show you. Surah. What does your Allah say? Your Allah, your soul is not misguided or unguided by God. Come to this religion, come to the religion of love. Come to the will of love, Martika sang. Martika's kitchen. Love, thy will be done. I can no longer run. I can no longer hide. Lata Ji sang later on when I was in London. I heard her song. प्यार के बीच में हम नहीं आएंगे ना अल्लाह आता है प्यार के बीच में where the soul is guided by love. And your Allah says in Surah Sajda, Ayah 13, I have given my word. Who? Who has he given this word to? Shaitan, you know? He's so stubborn, this God. Just because he's given his word to Shaitan, and if, I think it was a will fighting, like even your God has an ego. And if we had will, surely we would have given every soul its guidance. What is the guidance universally for every soul? Khalil Gibran has solved it here, given it to us. It is love. It is love, and love descends on your soul. This is what this God didn't want you to know, and has left you saying that you can't even see God, although all visions, you said, what a great ayat. Allah perceives all visions. He perceives all visions. Visions cannot perceive Him. But look at this. This is universal. Love is universal. And that soul that Allah has not put guidance into, but the word from me will come into effect. It will not. It will fail. I will surely fill hell with jinn and people altogether. I watch you build invisible worlds. When you believe, reach out. When the world has lost its spark, no one can save you. You're falling apart. Have faith. I'll be your eyes. Hold on to love. Is it by Breathe or is it by Paul Jans, the song? Reach out to Khalil Gibran. If you don't believe in me, my childhood, what I say here, because I'm a failure, at least my prayers were not granted. Because love descends, at least believe in Khalil Gibran, upon our souls by the will of God. Do you see this? Do you see this? And do you see this? Wait a minute. I've shown you this before. And if we had will, we could have given every soul its guidance. But the word from me, this word I checked. Who has he told? Who has he told? I will surely fill hell with jinn and people altogether. Shaitan. Iblis at that time, right? So God wants to stand by his word. That illa mukhlisin or shaitan, you will. But someone is telling you love is universal. Your soul can be guided. Let love pour into your souls. Universal, universal truth. You have missed out. You poor, and your daughters, and you yourselves, if you were married, a man was chosen for you. Poor you. Oh my God, what should I say? Okay, I will end this 2 hours now. Any questions? Oh, but I wish I could go on. And you know this thing of Anna? Oh, the book. God is empty. God is empty. How Anna came to God is empty? Could we have a conversation like this with our imams? When I was younger, Mr. God didn't at all mind making himself small. And Mr. God is empty. Do you know, Muslims? What this color? Do you know about the color thingy? Mr. God is empty. This is from okay a book I had. Mr. God is empty, and I was learning that the yellow flower appeared yellow. Did you know that in science? Have you ever learned this? Because that was the part of the light reflected back to our eyes. Yellow is the bit it don't want. So its real color is all the bits it do want. Mr. God wanted everything. You would say Mr. God wanted evil in this world, zulm, everything. So, so the problem of evil's existence in this world, we will try to work that out later. But for now, God is empty. Why? Because Mr. God wanted everything, so he didn't reflect anything back. Mr. God was quite empty. Not empty because there was truly nothing there, but empty because he accepted everything. You see, this pure consciousness, does it resent? Does it have any feelings about the? Does it feel disgusted? Does it get shocked when it looks at something horrible, shocking? No, right? Because he wanted everything and did not reflect anything back. Of course, you could cheat if you wanted to. You could wear your bit of colored glass, like look at God through Islam, Hinduism, Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, Jainism. Marked Mr. God is loving, you know, all the names, also the attributes of God, 99 attributes. But then, of course, like in Islam, 99. I don't know how many names I was told Judaism has more names. But then, of course, you would miss the whole nature of Mr. God. Mr. God created you in your, God created you in his nature. You have what your prophet has done with that ayat, where it came from. Goodness. Distorted the ayat. Do not reflect anything. And where was I? Sorry, excuse me. Of course, you could cheat and, yeah. So marked loving, 99 names of Allah attributes. But then, of course, you would miss the whole nature of Mr. God. We were being asked to throw away our pieces of colored glass and see clearly. So this clear seeing is what? Throw away the veils. Pull away your veils, your eyes, your mind's eyes, and what you see. Here you see this. And this is the seer, the witness you. You are this, your true nature. And this is God's nature, and this is God in you. Like it is, it's in, it doesn't have an in and an out. But now, for the time being, you came in a body. When did this happen? This is what I'm looking for. And this is what I'll come back with one day to explain to you, because Radharani has to explain to you, right? And this Allah is saying here, what is He saying? That, you know, what is it? Just bringing it on the screen and then I'll leave. I really need a break. So Radharani or someone, one who believed in love. Love is more, my love is more than the mountains, tallest trees, more than the rivers, the ocean's waters, taller than the tallest trees, more than the description of adoration, definition. My love is more than all this. Where is that multilingual Quran? What does your God say here? That they've made gods. And I know it's very, very difficult for this man to digest, Holy Prophet. Therefore, and how you're saying that they have scoffed you, the polytheists, how you have scoffed their gods. Those who set up another God with Allah, so they shall soon know. Ah, God, I will be telling you, Allah, you just, calm down. You will soon come to know, fake Allah. And surely we know that your breast straightens at what they say. As if you didn't straighten the breasts of those polytheists. Your prophet did. Therefore celebrate the praises and also celebrate your prophet. He's made himself Allah. Go and see in Surah Fatah ayat 9. And serve your Lord. Okay, this. Those who set up another God with Allah, so they shall soon know. Now come, all Shias come. Sunnis come, all. You will. I am going to tell you, show you, not tell you. I'm giving you universal truth here of love and life and your being, and how that movement occurred in through what? Pure awareness, the immovable mover. Okay? Love, thy will be done, and love's will is done. Martika's Kitchen, thank you for singing that. So love is universal, and we will read more of Madame Rose Hani by Khalil Gibran. I will continue later. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gigi Khati, and thank you, Flower Garden, for these roses. Thank you so much. May you have many flower gardens, because oh, it reminds me of Amitabh Bachchan and Jaya Badru's song in this movie. Okay, दिखलाएंगे कि दिन पत्ता पत्ता बूटा बूटा हाल हमारा जाने. My voice is gone. I have laryngitis. कोई किसी को चाहे तो क्यों गुनाह समझते लोग. बेगाना आलम है सारा, यहाँ तो कोई हमारा. दर्द नहीं Pehchane hai patta patta. So you know, if the flower garden, may you never have lightning, thunder. क्या बोलते हैं कि कोई बिजली गिराए, बिजली. बाग में तो खिलेंगे loves, roses, flowers. कोई कितनी भी बिजलियां गिराए, दुश्मन है मोहब्बत के, लव के, प्रेम के, जो भी आप कहें, right? So yes, these gardens, look, hello Zahra. आपके मोहब्बत के गार्डन्स हैं एंड फ्लावर्स हैं, और ये कभी कम नहीं होंगे, चाहे कितना भी आंधी चलाए और बिजली गिराए. Thank you so much, thank you so much, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Okay, I have to leave you. Sorry, I'd love to be here, but it's very painful for me, and I have to leave you. So, but not for good. I'll be coming back, hopefully. Hope. I don't lean on hope. So, for now, get it. For now, get it. This now, this here and now, and this, which is pure awareness. You are divine love. You are divine, right? You are pure awareness. You are pure consciousness. I leave you with the truth, ultimate, universal. And you don't have to go into books to read about it. You find it in yourself, and that is your true self. And you don't need to ask anyone about it. Okay? Thank you so much. God bless you all. Have a wonderful, beautiful day always. Be in bliss. May you realize, I haven't, but you realize, Radha Rani has to, I guess, still, for her Krishna, grieve, staying apart. Okay, thank you very much. Going now, going, for sure. Oh yeah, I have to leave you with this, my waltzing out of Islam.